to day 30 of the Strategic Leadership Mastery Series. My name is Danette Moss, Business Systems and Implementation Strategist. I like to say, AKA, the Strategy Lady, where I work with those busy, yet I hate to use the terminology busy, y'all. I like to work with those overwhelmed, I guess we would give them that title, female CEOs, right? Those 6 to 7 figure female CEOs. I enjoy working with them to literally go from that sense of overwhelm to putting their business on rinse and repeat. We know that, just having those key things in place for our business is extremely important. And I like to work with her to kind of do that, so that she can go from that place of overwhelm to literally putting those necessary processes and systems in place so that she can have that sustainable growth that I know she really truly desires to have. It's none like, trying to do things and yet you're all over the place. Well, I work with her to get out of that type of rigmarole, I guess, if you want to give it a call, that way of going about doing things. Today, our topic for day 30 of the Strategic Leadership Mastery Series is going to be all about streamlining to shine. So it's called Streamline to Shine, empowering female CEOs with efficient strategies. Now, y'all know I'm all about the strategy piece, right? So you're going to hear me generally, for the most part, put that in a lot of my topics or titles. Y'all, listen, it was just kind of crazy today. Couldn't even wear it down today. Just had to throw a ponytail in. So I want to get started. Remember, again, today is all about the focus for guiding that female CEO, consultant, or coach, and of course, my service providers, from business overwhelm to a rinse and repeat model using efficient systems and processes. If you're joining me here on IG, my name is Danette Moss, Business Systems and Implementation Strategist, aka the Strategy Lady. Thanks so much also for my the guests that are joining me also from LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and of course YouTube. Always excited to come and give you guys the good information. And this topic here is a topic that's really, it's one that I had to focus on a whole lot for myself, for my business. Being in business for as long as I've been in business and being all over the place, I had to get some method to my madness. And I kept trying to figure out what it was that just had me all over the place. And that was because I wasn't taking a systematic approach. This is why you'll hear me talk oftentimes a lot about putting your business on rinse and repeat, having those efficient systems and processes, not just systems and processes. Because, I don't know if you all realize that you can't automate chaos. So we want to get you past that. So I want to go ahead first, and I want to begin by recognizing the pain point, or the pain points that cause overwhelm in our business. And they're probably pain points that you all are used to, but just don't really think about it. Things like juggling those client appointments. I got a situation. I met a lady on LinkedIn, and I know I'm going to get connected with her again. She's in the UK. I'm over here. And the UK, their time zone is so different than ours. I think they're like 5 hours ahead of us. But she educated me on something. I had no idea that her system, I don't know what system it was, maybe a Calendly or something, but her hour was in UK time. So when I was trying to schedule with her, I would be scheduling on her time, and thus I would be missing the appointment. You see how weird it was? Because it'd be looking for me to be on her time, but it didn't have a way to convert the time. That's a pain point that causes, or that can cause, overwhelm in our business, right? Juggling that client appointments. Managing administrative tasks is another pain point that can cause overwhelm in your business. And the big one that a lot of people are running into, and that is struggling with inconsistent workflows. These challenges, y'all, they truly create a sense of chaos. Now, we know that client appointments and managing administrative tasks, all those things are important, but we don't really look at them in a way of thinking that just having to do these types of things can cause, have you feeling real crazy and all over the place, can cause chaos, right? Now, let's talk about client management chaos, because that's been a big one. You're trying to balance more than one client. You've got tons of clients, maybe 3 to 5 of them that you're dealing with at one time, right? Balancing these different clients means that, some of these clients may be in a whole total different realm of business, right? A diverse group of clients. I've got one who is a voice actress. I've got one who is a tax consultant. I've got several different ones that I'm dealing with, different broad pieces. They're female CEOs, though. I even have one who's a consultant. Diverse client needs are right in there, right? Routine tasks that may need to be met and expectations that need to be met for them. If you don't have a sense of order, you are in trouble. So, because when you deal with a broad range of different people, even though I deal with female CEOs, coaches, clients, and service providers, look at that. You see that? There's still, some of them got different diverse type situations going on, and their expectations will be different than the other ones, right? And that could lead to stress and disorganization. That's one pain point I wanted to present to you. A next pain point that a lot of people don't think about in this realm of being a female CEO, aka coach, consultant, or service provider, and that's administrative overload. I'm guilty of it. Handling a bunch of paperwork, scheduling, routine tasks, all of that can become overwhelming without streamlined process. And then, of course, I mentioned a little while ago, inconsistent workflows. I kind of said it out of turn. But, lacking a systematic approach to your task may truly, not just may, will truly result in inefficiency. And guess what else? When you have inconsistent workflows, you waste a lot of valuable time. You really do. You really, really do. So now that I've armed you all with some examples of not so good things that take place in our business, examples of pain points that cause overwhelm in your business, let's arm you with some practical tips. I want to do that for you. Practical tips for you to definitely implement in your business so you can have that sustainable growth, sustainable systems that not only alleviate that sense of overwhelm, but also, y'all, it lays the foundation for continuous growth in your business. So, practical tip number 1, I'm all about the practical. Remember, we talked about the fact that you were kind of like having client management chaos, and all of that stuff. If you put a client management system in place, it will create a structured type environment for you. It'll streamline your communications, aka those appointments and those deliverables. That is going to be extremely important. If you don't have some type of client management system, CMS, in place, I encourage you to get it, because you got to create that structured client management system for you. It needs to be streamlined so that you won't be all over the place. That is, in my opinion, one of the number 1 ways to alleviate the chaos as you're dealing with multiple clients. We hope you're dealing with multiple ones, right? Now, practical tip number 2 is make sure that you have some type of administrative process. And I want to put this word in front of it: efficient administrative process. So what do I mean by that, y'all? Listen, automation. Develop automated workflows for those routine tasks that you have to take care of. This is going to allow you to do what? It's going to allow you to focus on those income generating activities or high impact activities, whatever you want to call it. You need to make sure that you got some efficient administrative processes in place. You have to. There's none like sitting at your desk and you just start shooting at whatever you think is on that to-do list. I like to have a to-do list or a not to-do list or a prioritized to-do list, right? I have maybe 3 to 5 key things that I work on. And then if I have time to do the others, I will. Or I make sure that the things that are really not in my wheelhouse, that I give it to my junior admin or your VA, whoever you have working for you. So that practical tip number 2 is make sure that you have some efficient administrative processes. That's truly going to help you get past that administrative overload. You know, all that paperwork and the scheduling and all those normal routine tasks. Practical tip number 3 is standardize your workflow. Hey, Carol, how are you, darling? Standardize your workflow. Implement some standardized systems for those common tasks. This is going to ensure consistency and efficiency. You have to do it. You really need it. Everything, in my opinion, you know, whatever I can automate, I'm going to automate. Now, I do want you to know, even though I'm standardizing my workflows a certain way and automation is taking place, that you got to understand that in some cases, you will still have to put a personal touch to it, right? You still have to put your hand on it, right? But if you have some standardized systems in place, it'll make it a lot more easier for you to just kind of move easily, you know, through that thing that you're dealing with. And that is staying consistent, having your processes and your systems together, you know, those workflows, those, you know, those funnels, all those key things that you need in order for you to move seamlessly through your day-to-day affairs. Now, I know, Carol, you just joined me. If anyone else is joining me over on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and IG, of course, our topic today is Streamline to Shine. Empowering female CEOs with efficient strategies. I shared some of the key things that we as female CEOs don't pay attention to that may be causing bottlenecks, that may be giving us that sense of chaos. I talked about client management chaos, balancing those diverse clients. We got more than one client. They're female CEOs, they're service providers, they're consultants. I have a consultant, I got a voice actress, I've got a tax pro. I've got several different people. That's a whole diverse type situation. What systems do I have in place that can help me not be disorganized or stressed, right? So that was a pain point that I pointed out. I pointed out another pain point that causes us a sense of chaos is administrative overload. We got too much paperwork. We're handling too much paperwork. Our paper is over here and over there instead of in one spot. Listen, it is time for you to put some efficient administrative processes in place. And that, in most cases, comes down to you all developing automated workflows. Most people that I talk to have no automation in place, no routine task. I mean, if you didn't use anything but Google to put some stuff on a task type situation and have it popping up in your calendar, you need something, right? But you need to make sure that these are prioritized tasks, right? That's going to help you walk through your process better. It really is. It's going to allow you to stay focused. And I like to say allow you to stay focused on those income generating tasks or those high impact activities. And then also, I shared that third thing that causes you to have that chaos in your business, and that's inconsistent workflows. You have no systematic approach going on. Nothing lined up the right way. You're just throwing mud up against the wall, expecting for it to stick, yet wondering why life is so hard. And wondering why you just want to just throw in the key and not really just stick to the business. It's just not, it's not good. Now, I recently spoke to someone that had a strategy session with me. We literally went through, it wasn't necessarily a systems audit, somewhat of an audit and a session. And in that, the one thing I found is she knew exactly what she needed to do. But for whatever reason, she wasn't doing it. She knew, the importance of all these different elements, having workflows, all these different things, but it wasn't in place. So my question for her is you know all these things, why aren't you doing it? So sometimes it takes you sitting down with people and, brainstorming, getting what's in your head out of your head down on paper. If you really truly want to grow your business and take it to the next level, then listen, it is time for you to really get serious about taking a systematic approach so that you can truly, truly shine in this thing called business. You've got to get efficient and so you can be more effective in the things that you do. See, because I talk strategies all day with people, right? I take them from strategy to implementation. But sometimes we can't even get to the implementation piece because you're all over the place. So if that's you, you need to sit with someone first and foremost that you can get what's in your head, out of your head, down on paper. Write the vision and make it plain so them that see it can run with it. Y'all know I talk about it all the time, right? You need to do that so that you can begin to see clear. And that way you can look and sit down and you can say, okay, my client management systems are out of order. I need a CRM, right? Customer relationship management. I need to automate my workflows, right? I need to make sure that everybody's on the same page so that we're not double working. We're not touching things that we don't have time for. You as the female CEO, and I'd like to say the successful female CEO, we need you to be in that position where you are focused and working only on not just the income generating activities for you and your business, but on the thing that's in your wheelhouse. So scheduling your social media may not be in your wheelhouse. Some of us like to do that, right? But if your focus is better on selling, calling, talking to people, having strategy sessions with people, then that's where you should be, and you need to be able to give the rest to someone else. When you standardize or you have your systems in order the right way, it makes it a lot more easier for you to see what it is that I like to say. Keep it, pause it, scrap it, or delegate. Keep, pause, scrap, or delegate. Whatever you're keeping, that's in your wheelhouse. The rest can go to somebody else. It's in their wheelhouse. Let them work on the thing that best suits them. And you can focus on the things that best suit you, right? So we want to make sure that we get out of that client management chaos. We need to be able to clearly balance the diverse client needs that we have. I gave you all examples of just 3 of my different clients: a consultant, a voice actress, and a tax person. That's just 3 of them. 3 different things. Yet that could cause so much chaos in my business. But because I chose to have a more structured situation, I have a structured client management system that I have in place. That allows me to utilize a CRM. If you don't have that, you need to get one. CRM, Customer Relationship Management System, right? This is a tool that gives you that centralized type environment where everything is just kind of right there. You're not all over the place. Make sure that if you hadn't implemented some type of automated appointment scheduling system that will also allow you to minimize that back and forth communications, do that and do it as quick as possible. I honestly don't care if you are brand new to being in business. I believe that from day one, if you put your systems in place from day one, life is going to be a lot more easier for you to scale and grow because it's about business growth. So I encourage you to do that, right? We want you to get out of that mode of operating in administrative overload, handling tons of paperwork. You being the one dealing with all that manual scheduling. We need to automate that. All those routine tasks that you have, automate that in the system. I have partnered with Go High Level Digital CEO Systems, where I'm on a one-stop shop type thing, a one area. We're not bouncing over to Dubsado and all these other places, although I still do use Asana, right? But some of us may need that one spot so we can focus and not be all over the place. These are just some things for you to think about so you can be a lot more efficient as that successful female CEO. And not just efficient, we want you to streamline so that you can shine. That's what our topic is called here today. Streamlining and shining, empowering female CEOs with efficient systems. It is time for you to get out of that chaos mode. Implement things that you need to have implemented. If you're dealing with a lot of paperwork, we need to implement cloud-based documentation. Hey, if you want to use Google still, whatever it is, we need to get these things in place so that you can have consistency in your business and not inconsistent type things from the workflows. down to anything that would just cause you to be all over the place instead of structured. Okay? Well, all right. I've armed you with some things that I think are going to be very helpful. If you're just now joining me, my name is Danette Moss, Business Systems and Implementation Strategist, aka the Strategy Lady. Hey, Diva. Is it Diva Jam? Or Diva I Am? How are you, dear? Thanks so much for the compliment. I'm arming you with some things that I believe you really, truly, truly need. During the 61 days of the Strategic Leadership Mastery Series, I'm all about helping us get out of that patty cake mode and let us roll up our sleeves. If I had someone, I'd be rolling them up for you just to give you that example. It's time to get down to the nitty gritty. Make some things happen. Hey, yeah, that is right, over at the bakery. I enjoyed meeting you there as well. It is time for us literally to streamline our business, take our lives and our businesses to the next level. I shared several different types of business things that may be bringing us pain points. You know, client management chaos. We've got more than one type of client and we're all over the place. Administrative overload and inconsistent workloads. You can literally graduate beyond that, and you can begin to implement the necessary things that you need in your business to help you put your business on rinse and repeat, right? Help you create a more structured type environment. So my tip number 1 was client management systems. Create a structured client management system to do what? Streamline your communications, streamline your appointments, streamline your deliverables. You know, if we're consultants and coaches, oftentimes we're delivering things to people. You need a way to be able to do this and not miss a beat. If someone is ready to pay you, you shouldn't be that one that's having to sit there and tell them, can you wait like 10 minutes? I run into that sometimes. But you can set that up. You use an invoicing type system to have your prices already set inside for you just to click, 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 send that invoice to them so you can get your money, girl. So you can get your money. So you got to be a lot more efficient. So that tip number 2 was efficient administrative processes. Develop automated workflows for routine tasks. My invoicing is a routine task. I need people, when they say they're ready to pay, I don't want them to be sitting there trying to figure out, when they should do it. Here's the link. Here's the invoice. Click on it. I can get my money and I can get them onboarded. But if you give them too much time to think on it, oftentimes, now they're going, should I do this? Should I not do that? And the reason why they're doing it is because you don't have any systems or processes in place. So now you got them kind of wondering if they should actually do business for you. Is this going to be a good fit? Having the proper systems and being able to take a strategic approach is going to be extremely important. And then I also gave you all tip number 3 was standardized workflows. Implement these workflows the right way for all your common tasks, those onboarding, the follow-ups. When people are, asking about maybe booking an appointment, that stuff should be automated. They go, they click, they schedule an appointment. As soon as they schedule an appointment, they need to immediately get your appointment has been set, or welcome to such and such, your time is this. And then before that appointment, they should be getting some other type of email follow-up sequences where they know what's going on, they know what's expected. You know the level of expectation that you have for this meeting. They also know. Everybody's on the same page, right? Now, the person that I was working with before I had that strategy session, that was her thing. She knew exactly what she needed to do, but for whatever reason, and she had the systems, y'all. She had the actual tool. So I don't want you to get confused with the systems, because we can have systems that can actually be your step-by-step process. That's a little different, right? Or we can have a tool that some of us will call a system. But you can have a tool and still automate chaos. And this is why I'm going through these 61 days, and we're on day 30 of the Strategic Leadership Mastery Series, to work with you through mastering things that I know you clearly need to master so that you can have the success that I know you desire to have. I want to welcome you all again for joining me here on day 30. And I also want to invite you to join us over in the Get Your Sass On community. Now, if you're not part of that community, the way that you can join us is literally by going to GYSO community.com. LetsTalkStrategies.com. Again, that's GYSO community.LetsTalkStrategies.com. Let's get your sass on. For those of you that hadn't followed me long and you're not quite sure what I mean by sass, it's not SAAS, it's SASS. SAS in my world stands for simplify, automate, systematize, and streamlining your business. And I believe we need to do that so we can have that sustainable growth that we need. Another thing that I believe we need to do is streamline so we can shine, y'all. It is time to get off that roller coaster ride of operating in chaos and go ahead and put some of these necessary systems in place that you need to have. Make sure that you go back and listen to this video, and please, please, please share this with anyone else that you know needs this, right? It's time for them to really, really get out of that chaos, get out of that administrative overload, and get consistent with some things. It's time for you to really, really turn that client management situation into a more structured type situation for you so that you can move with ease and stay consistent. It's also time for you to take some things off of your shoulders. And a lot of times that's that administrative stuff, right? We need to develop some sort of automated type workflow, some type of routine system that you could work on and that you can actually give to your admin assist, your VA, junior admin, your team members. Most importantly, having these systems in place will allow you to be able to focus and work on your love language, that thing that's in your wheelhouse. And it'll also allow, when you pass that on to someone else, when you delegate it to someone else, it will allow you to allow them to work at what they're best in, their zone of genius or their zone of optimization. So I encourage you, if you don't have these particular systems in place and you're struggling with client management chaos, administrative overload, and inconsistent workflows, please take the time and listen back through this live series and make it a point to at least take one thing that you're struggling with and implement the tips that I've shared with you. That practical tip number 1 was you need to get a client management system, a good CRM that's going to allow you to create some structured, get you with a structured client management system to streamline your communications, your appointments, and most importantly, your deliverables, okay? Also, tip number 2 was all about making sure that if you got that administrative stuff going all crazy, that you need to put some efficient administrative processes in place. Develop some automated workflows. Take that weight up off of you. Anything that you're doing on a consistent day-to-day basis, routine, normal routine, we need to automate that stuff. Put some processes in place for it. This is going to allow you to focus on the things that you need to focus on. And generally speaking, the things we should be focusing on should be those income-generating tasks, those high-impact activities. And then that practical tip number 3 again was, instead of having inconsistent workflows, we need you to get some standardized workflows. Implement some workflows for those common tasks. You know, if you're in business and you're serving people, it's got to be some type of onboarding system. You know, if you're we were down at the bakery yesterday and we were talking about, Reels and Instagram, all this social media stuff. Automate that stuff. There's a method to the madness that will make things move a lot more smoothly in your life. You should be able to move with ease through all of this. So standardized workflows are going to help you. It's going to ensure consistency and efficiency. All right, y'all. I try not to go over 30 minutes as much as possible. I hope that you have gained some type of information that will help you make the decision to go from overwhelmed in your business to putting it on rinse and repeat. I'm that woman that loves to help you get your sass on. My name is Danette Moss, Business Systems and Implementation Strategist, aka the Strategy Lady. I'm all about helping you simplify, automate, systematize, and streamline your business. In a nutshell, I love to help you go from strategy to implementation. And that's all about taking action. It's time to take some action. So I'd like to invite you to take action today. Which one is most critical to you, we need to do it. Choose one of them if you think you're going to be overwhelmed, right? Choose one of the tips that I gave you that you should have learned today. Hopefully you took some notes. And commit to implementing it within this week, the rest of this week, or next week. Share your progress with us. I'd love to know where you are with it. And when you share it, do me a favor and hashtag Streamline to Shine. And when you do it, I can't wait to celebrate you, because I know without a shadow of doubt that it's going to help you truly launch more into the deep. It's going to help you to be able to really operate in that business flow of growth that I know you desire to have. Why be in business if we're not growing? It's plain and simple. Well, all right, y'all. Thanks so much for joining me. Again, this is Danette Moss, Business Systems and Implementation Strategist, a.k.a. the Strategy Lady. Today is day 30 of our 61-day Strategic Leadership Mastery Series, where I will be coming on a day-to-day basis, whether it's me live, if it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Generally speaking, now it's going to be pre-recorded because that's Sabbath, and it's my time. It's my weekend time. I'll be coming to you all, giving you the tools that you need that you can be strategic in business, and you can operate as that successful leader that I know you are as a female CEO, and that you can begin to master the necessary things that you need to master on this journey as a successful female CEO. Y'all take care. Thanks again for joining me. And, oh, you know what? So I gave you all the homework assignment. Pick one. Every day that you join me, I'm giving you something that you need to do, a task that you need to do, so that you can make sure that this 61-day journey that you're on with me is not null and void. It's going to give you something that you really, really, truly can take and implement effective immediately in your business. All right, y'all, make it a great evening. Remember to embrace these strategies. Streamline your business, IG, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. Streamline your business and shine in your leadership journey. Stay tuned for more of a transformative session ahead when you join me for day 31 on tomorrow. See you all at 6 p.m. Take care. Bye for now.